Ready?
Yeah, so guys, we did the third week. It was like a 3 months experience. Like we traveling for 5 different countries, 6 different type of camps and martial arts. We get the best of each martial art. We get the best school. We start in a film in Russian. We get the best school, same school as Fedor did, and the president of Russia did sambo. The best fighters. We picked 2 best fighters, and we follow them and they place, eat with them, have day life, the kids and everything. And then in the final, they had the tournament, and those 2 guys we picked, they went to the final. The fight was very interesting. The second episode we filmed, we went to Thailand. We got the 4 best new talents in Thailand. And we filmed since the guys fighting the King Cup, the eliminatory for the King Cup. Then we have another 2 fighters fighting another great event. Then we have another kid who's fighting a little small event in a little town. So we see the 3 different types of Muay Thai. Then we went to Korea and have 2 Olympic champs, training camps and things like that. Then we filmed the tournaments. And then after that, we went to karate. We got the best karate guys in the whole Okinawa, the south of Japan. We see that the episode was more about the culture of the karate, and we filmed the best coaches. And then at the end of the show, they broke the world record of doing the kata in the street. It was more than 5,000 people doing the kata. This episode we didn't have fight. Then we went to judo. We filmed the university tournaments that in Japan is the highest tournament, highest level with we train a couple Olympic champs in Tokai. We get really close to the Tokai University, the best university down there. And it was a great episode, a lot of fights, a lot of high level judo, Then from there we finished Japan, we flew to Oklahoma State University, to film with a great guy, was a coach, John Smith, was a 2 times Olympic champ, the best coach in the United States, and was a great experience, After we see too much about martial arts, about things we saw about athleticism, in the end of the series, we have a great experience, in the small town. United States, but we saw a high-level athletes, training down there. It was amazing, man. I'll tell you guys, I've been fighting for so long, for more than 16 years. I had the best experience in the martial arts doing this series. I'll tell you, after I did the karate and judo, I was sitting down there in the shed, talk to the coach. I say, I could die right now. I'm complete, in the martial arts. I see the guys with 85 years old, like 9 degrees of black belt in karate, the highest judo guys, and I had this chance, because I was pro fighter, So I had this chance, with 3rd degree. It was a great, amazing experience to me, and it's good to get close MMA to the martial arts. I think the martial arts is the heart of the MMA, and we very focused on the best performance right there. But sometimes we gotta see the martial arts, how beautiful they are.
Minotauro, was there any story with doing this series, any story in particular that you felt like it gave you a chance to tell that maybe is kind of an underreported story that a lot of people might not have already known about?
I'll tell you, we was filming the guys for Muay Thai, and we have over 60,000 pro guys in the Muay Thai there in Thailand. We was filming 4 guys. One of those guys, they died after the 3 weeks of filming that. It was a fight. They say he died by stroke, but they fight's very tough over there, So see they training, the way they fight every 2 weeks, that's nobody see their health, how they are, they tough, they training, the way they fight, their elbows and everything, I think that's impressed me, really impressed me.
Do you think this could be a good education for fans who maybe started out being fans of MMA to go back and learn about individual disciplines?
You said everything, man. You know, when we train MMA, we look for, you know, performance, athleticism, but, you know, we should look up for the, you know, what we learn, the coach, you know, the knowledge, the way they teach, you know, separate martial arts. I love that. You know, belt systems, you know. I think for the fans, it's a good chance to see it.
What happened in Russia? I heard you almost got arrested.
And you know, in the Russian, the day we was filming the memorial of you know, the dads, because of the series we film a little bit of the history of the country, you know, how the people get involved, the fight, the history, and we went to film the memorials, and then we was closed there, and you know, some guy gave me some food, so I was eating down there, but you know, and the guys came and said it's not allowed to eat it now there, so he's very violent with me. So, I'm tourist here, but it was fun. You know, each country have the different, like, the way they see people. It was fun. The Russian, they're very tough. That's why I saw it.
Which one was the hardest?
Which one was hardest?
For you?
I mean, you know, I'll tell you, in the wrestling, my knee was, I almost didn't train. You know, the kids was so athletical, you know, they're so tough. You know, after doing like 5 camps, I was fucked up. It was the last one. I couldn't do it all. And I see those kids like giants, you know, they want to eat me though. So that one, I did, you know, I trained a little bit, just like 2 training. But if I'm sure if I do a whole, you know, season the train with them, they'll kill me, you know. I get an old guy now, you know. But the Muay Thai, I see the training camp, those kids, they jog 12 kilometers every day, then they do 1.5 hours the clinch before the training. So I saw, you know, the day in the Muay Thai and wrestling, the toughest one was you know, as a training system.
Did everyone know who you were?
Yeah. You know, I was very known, especially that in Japan, for the judo and karate. I am a judo black belt. You know, I started judo, so to me was a very passionate to film the judo there in Japan. We had the highest level, then the small academies there in Osaka. So we see about everything about martial arts. You know, since highest level. And yeah, I'm pretty known that in Japan, and it was amazing the way they train us. Always when I fight in Pride, we you know, the MMA try to get close to the judo, the best guys, but you know, we feel they're a little bit ahead, you know, different. But from the documentary, they see the way we show the judo, the way we train with them. I think was good relation, you know, for the MMA.
You know, you mentioned something at the top that like keeping the martial arts close to MMA is important. Do you feel like that's being lost a little bit? Like we're living in an era now in MMA where a lot of guys, they like will even say, I'm not a martial artist, I'm a prize fighter, I want the biggest fight, I don't really care about the #1 contender anymore. Do you feel like a little bit of that spirit's being lost?
You know, but some guys get back there again, you know what I mean? You know, today how we will see, you know, the kid, you know, is a karate guy. He's fighting today. I love to see kids like that. You know what I mean? He put back the belt thing, you know, bounding, you know, brought his father, you know, family. I think people see the better look when you put the martial arts into the cage, you know. And a lot of guys come. Even McGregor, he's a black belt too. You know what I mean? He trains, you know, taekwondo. And some guys like Anderson Silva used to train taekwondo. You know, I think that every fighter, they have the singular martial arts, what they like to.
What do you think about George St. Pierre coming back?
Beautiful, you know, beautiful. You know, we very care about rankings, you know what I mean? But that's happened a lot in boxing. You know, sometimes the guy drop the weight division, goes up three weight divisions, you know what I mean? That's make very interesting, people want to see it. He's the type of guy, Anderson Silva, you know, sometimes they're not a first one in the ring, but they're able to go there and fight for it. Everything can happen, you know. I want to see that fight, really want to see that fight. He looks like he's hungry. I saw him yesterday in the press conference. They say the thing he was saying, you know, it's not bullshit, man. He's hungry though. And, yeah, one of the best fights I haven't seen. One of the best fights I haven't seen when he fought down there. Before in Mandalay Bay in many arenas. Even there in Canada. So I'm very excited to see him.
Were you expecting the fight between Ferguson and Khabib?
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I'll tell you, I came here to see this fight. I'm a big fan of Khabib, and Ferguson is an amazing new MMA. We never know what he's gonna throw. He throw the right hand and right kick. It's very unusually, different way as Muay Thai. Excite fighter, and the way he beat those angels. I didn't expect that the way he did. And but I'm a big fan of Khabib. He's undefeated. It's not easy to be like 23 fights undefeated, yeah, or 22, 24. He's the guy I look forward to watch. And I feel sorry for him, but maybe he just wasn't this type. He got more time to get ready and drop the weight, good weight.
There's only 3 UFC events, I believe, this year in Brazil. Is the state of MMA healthy in Brazil? Is MMA healthy in Brazil right now?
Is healthy?
Is the sport thriving? Like, is it doing okay?
He's doing okay. Now one always growing. Now the time that girls, because Amanda Nunes did great. We got the Chris Cyborg. We still have a big name that's Aldo. And then we have those angels fighting for, we have Jacare right there close. We have the MMA right close. So we got some good Brazilians. We just have John Lineker fighting for the belt, and a lot of guys fighting for, for belts. So Brazil is still, they have a global TV in Brazil, and what the guys from, was the biggest TV in Brazil by far. And they have a Juice Sport channel they call Sport TV, so everyone watches that channel. They have a only fight channel they call Canal Combate, that's more than 500 subscribers a month, 500,000.
Oh.
So Brazil is pretty big, this sport.
What do you think of Maya having to fight again before getting the title shot?
He got a chance to step back because it's right there. But he is a warrior, man. He believes he can win that fight. I think the strategy-wise, it's a dangerous fight. The other guy is, must be down good hands. But Maya, he believes in himself. Since he got a good wrestling, he changed his game, and he's very aggressive right now. So I believe he can win the fight and fight for the belt in the next.
Do you keep track of women's MMA? Because you have a Brazilian champion at 35, and Andrade is fighting for the 15 belt.
Yeah, that's the time of the females that in Brazil. The girls doing really well, and we have a Chris Cyborg right there too. So I believe, at least from those 2, we're gonna have 2 belts from the females. So Brazil really doing well in the females. And Andrade, he got a good chance too. She's upcoming.